Good day, ma'am. I am Janet Paquero from BTLED-HE1. Fermentation and Pickling. Although microorganisms are usually thought of causing spoilage, they are capable under certain conditions of producing desirable effects, including oxidative and alcoholic fermentation. The microorganisms that grow in a food product and changes they produce and determined by acidity, available carbohydrates, oxygen, and temperature. An important food preservation methods combines salting to control microorganisms selectively and fermentation to stabilize the treated tissues. Tools and equipment for fermenting. We have here cutting tools. You need only one good knife to chop vegetables, but you can also use a vegetable grater to squeeze vegetables, or if you have one, a good processor to speed things up. Okay, we have cutting surface. Personally, I find chopping on a small cutting board frustrating. A good size cutting board gives you room to work. But if you have only a small cutting board, that will certainly do. Okay, we have mixing bowls. Metal will react with the acid the fermentations produce. However, when you simply prepare a ferment such as vegetables, the fermentation has not yet begun. We have jars and cracks. For fermenting vegetables, I use glass jars with screw top lids, or bale top jars and rubber gaskets. I like this bale lid style because the gasket enables built up carbon dioxide. So we have little bottles. You can drink kombucha after it has fermented, or you can bottle it. I almost always bottle and flavor mine. I always bottle my natural sodas. I find flip-top bottles result in the most carbonation. Okay, we have our weeds. In order to vegetables from the anaerobic lactic acid bacteria that ferment your food. If you don't submerge your food, it will turn mushy or worse. So we have stainless steel funnel. You should not brew or bottle acidic kombucha in metal vessels, which can cause an undesirable reaction. But the few seconds the kombucha comes into contact with a metal funnel does not harm mine. Okay, we have traditional sauerkraut cracks. You can splurge on a beautiful stoneware pickling crack and weeds, but you can easily produce delicious sauerkraut with this. Given their large size, cracks enable you to ferment very large batches of food. Okay, we have wooden pounder. To make sauerkraut, you need to first bruise your vegetable, because either picking them into jars or placing them in an open crack for ferment. We have picking tools and equipment. Pickling comes with its own supplies and ingredients. The following are essential tools to create the perfect pickle. We have here canning jars. A recommended home canning jars comes in several standard sizes, from pans to quarts. The two main brands in canning jars are Ball and Kier. Vinegar for pickling. Vinegar is one of the most important ingredients used in pickling foods. Use vinegar that has an acidity level of 5%. Grocery stores now have a supply of vinegar that has only 4% acetic acid, so shop scrupulously. since vinegars of this type are not approved for making homemade pickles. So jar grabber. A jar grabber is convenient tools used for pulling out jars from the boiling water. So funnel. Funnels aid in the careful pouring of pickled ingredients into the sterilized jars. Okay. We have here lid lifter. A lid lifter helps in removing jar lids safely and securely from scalding hot water. We have our last but not the least, pickling crack. A crack looks like a pot or a small bucket that helps in the safe fermentation of pickled foods. The main purpose of this pickling item is to create tasty fermented vegetables that encourage good bacterial growth and to fight off bad bacteria in raw foods. Just about any vegetable can be picked right from the crack. Cracks have been used as containers to pickle food for centuries. They are usually made of stoneware or ceramics. Ensure that there are no splinters and chips found on the crack for safe usage. Okay, once again, I am Janet Paquero from BTLHE1. Thank you for listening and God bless everyone.